The United States imported a rare cargo of 1.033 million barrels of Iranian crude in March despite sanctions on Iran's energy sector, data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration showed. The cargo is only the second oil import by the United States from Iran since late 1991, data on EIA's website showed. President Trump imposed sanctions against Iran due to the Iranian regime's numerous atrocities and terrorist actions. In October of 2020, the president added more. The Trump administration on Thursday announced sweeping new sanctions on Iran's financial sector, targeting at least 18 banks in a move that critics say will hamper humanitarian assistance during the pandemic. The fresh round of sanctions is part of the administration's maximum pressure campaign that aims to push the Islamic Republic toward negotiations over its nuclear program and prevent the country from financing military actions throughout the Middle East. Of course, when the president stood with the people of Iran, the US and world media sided with the terrorist leaders of Iran. The media even made up alibis for the terrorist regime's disgusting actions. Now the Obama-Biden administration has imported oil from Iran. This action tells Iran that Obama is back with them and they can continue their ways of building a nuke and terrorizing the Middle East and the world. Next story. On Monday night, TGP's Jordan Conradson investigated the Homewood Suites in Scottsdale, Arizona after receiving a tip that it was an illegal immigrant safe house. The hotel is located at 9880 North Scottsdale Road. When Conradson arrived at the hotel, every entrance was barricaded, and he had to park down the street. He walked up to the hotel and greeted some officers. Conradson: "What's going on here?" "Less, officer. You actually need to leave the property, it's actually a closed hotel." Conradson: "Oh, so what's going on?" "Less, officer. This is a private property, man." "Less, officer. If you want to get information for that you need to go to endeavors.org. Conradson: "I heard that they were harboring illegal immigrants here. Is that true?" "Less, officer. You can go to the endeavors.org website and they'll give you as much information as they can." Conradson: "Who do you work for?" "Less, officer. I'm contracted with Less, it's a law enforcement contract service company." Conradson: "Why aren't people allowed on the premises?" Less, officer. You can go to endeavors.org to get information for that. Other than that, this is closed, this is private property from the company that's here. Endeavors.org is the website for Family Endeavors, a San Antonio nonprofit tied to the Biden administration. They received an $87 million no-bid contract in March to clothe and shelter illegal immigrants. They then received another contract for $530 million shortly after. Conradson went to another entrance to get to the bottom of this. Conradson: "What is going on here?" Agent: "I don't know. All I can let in is people who have badges on the property." Conradson: "Who do you work for?" Agent: "The Department of Transportation." Conradson: "Who is staying here? Who are you protecting? Are illegal immigrants staying in this hotel?" A Celrico Services food van pulled out of the parking lot. Celrico is a food service company that is also based in San Antonio. They must be contracted to provide food for those in this country illegally. A Scottsdale local was walking in his neighborhood to see what was going on at this hotel that is right next to his home. Richard could not believe this was happening and agreed to do an interview. Conradson: "I'm pretty sure that they're housing illegal immigrants inside of this hotel off of taxpayer dollars. What do you think about that, Richard?" Richard: "It's terrible that they would put that in the middle of a nice community without alerting all of the neighbors. There are a lot of rumors going around and everyone is concerned about who's living next to them." Conradson: "Yeah, so we know a lot of these illegal immigrants are bringing crime across the border. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing you name it, even human slaves, right? Human sex trafficking is a big issue. You don't want that in your community, do you?" Richard: "I don't think anyone wants that in their community." Conradson: "Do you have kids?" Richard: "I have 2 little kids and we're just walking around here to see what's going on. They have it blocked off with security guards and I'm just trying to become informed on what's next to me." Richard lives in a nice suburban community. This is usually a very safe area when there are not illegal immigrants living at the hotel down the street. Residents were not even notified that this would be happening and the ones who know are not happy. Conradson called the local police station since he could not get any answers from the representatives at the hotel. Conradson: I would like to know what is going on at the Homewood Suites on Scottsdale Road in Mountain View. Do you have any information about what's going on there? Dispatcher. Nothing outside of the fact that it's being monitored by ICE and that we have police presence there from other agencies 24/7. Conradson. Who is managing the hotel? Dispatcher. I don't have that information exactly. Conradson. But ICE is in there 24/7? Dispatcher. Yeah, it's being monitored by them and outside agencies. Conradson. Do you know what the outside agencies are? Dispatcher. I think it's just a mix of all Arizona state agencies. Conradson. Are they communicating with you on how many people they're bringing into Scottsdale, into the hotel? Dispatcher. I don't have any specifics on it. Conradson. Where do I find more information? Dispatcher. You could try to look up any of the ICE numbers online and see if they give any further. Conradson. Do you have any information on exactly what's going on? I mean, obviously, they're harboring illegal immigrants, but do you know anything else? Dispatcher. No, we don't have any further. Over $600 million are funding this operation to flood red counties with illegal residents and brand new Democrat voters, and it's costing the taxpayers money and it's putting the American people in danger. Instead of protecting American citizens, officers are being paid by our tax dollars to protect non-citizens who are invading our communities.